Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's time for one of our favorite shows. Yes, indeed. It's time for More Joy Media's Love Hacks. We hope you have a good time and enjoy yourselves. It's coming right at you. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great afternoon. It's been a beautiful day after that early morning, a little bit of rain that's still holding on from something like that. Here are my cohorts. Of course, Lisa Marie and Billy Riley.
Hi, Billy.
What's going on, Lee? Hey, Lisa.
What's up, you guys? How y'all doing today?
Good.
I'm glad to hear it. I just love seeing you guys. It's too bad that we only have a Wednesday night show. We're gonna have to change this up. Well, we do Monday night too. Duh. But Billy wasn't with us on Monday, was he?
Yeah, we missed him.
So we missed him. Yeah, we did. We really
You guys
did.
You guys did a good job.
Well, thanks,
thanks.
buddy.
It's not the same without you, though.
Never.
It's not the same.
You keep
Never
that
the
thought.
same without you.
You keep that thought, sweetheart.
I know.
All right, Lisa. Tonight, what are we talking about? We're going to talk. Billy, let me tell you, we're going to talk about tonight. Lisa and I discussed this. I'm sure you did as well. Holding your own, and keeping your standards, not letting someone, as it were, break your heart. Is that a good way to sum that up, Lisa?
Well, and it's also, more importantly, not breaking somebody else's heart, because we have too much of that going on. So we're trying to make the world a better place.
Yeah, you ladies out there, everyone's been breaking Billy's heart and it's making us mad. We want you to not.
It's got to stop. Got to stop.
Poor Billy. All right. All right. So talk to us, Lisa Marie. What is it that let's talk from your point of view. What is it the men need to be careful about?
That was the important lead in right there from Lisa Marie's point of view.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to talk about what it is about women, what the women do to break our hearts. You need to tell us what you have seen and experienced with as far as what. Am I an L? Are you throwing a loser at me, Billy?
Liars.
Oh, liars. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Are men liars, Lisa?
I don't say that anything is bad about men or anything's bad about women. We're all just different. So.
Right.
I mean, there's bad
disclaimer. Do we have a disclaimer also, Lisa? You and I talked about the disclaimer, right?
Yes. We have to make some make some generalizations just to be able to have the discussion. So if I say, all men are this or all men are that, of course, there's always going to be exceptions, but we can't have the discussion if we don't make some certain generalizations that that apply to most people.
So we have to assume that there are abnormalities to the generalization.
That's what you're saying? Of course.
Okay, I can go with that.
But we can't have the discussion if we don't. We
have to say men, we have to say women, and of course it's not all men and it's not all women, but I think we're talking a majority on both sides. Yeah.
Yes, and we have to, just for the sake of being able to discuss it. So
yeah. Absolutely.
So
And
before
she
everybody
knew
jumps
it.
in and
Hold on.
before everybody jumps in and says, "Not me. That's not what happened to me." Yeah, I know there's exception to the rules, but
right,
we're
so-
talking about
So I want to make sure that I give my weekly disclaimer right now. You can count on count on crass, and pushy.
I thought you were rude and crap. I thought
I don't know.
Oh no, it was
rude?
pushy. I think no, it was pushy or crass.
I know.
I can't remember.
That's
It was
okay.
bad. It was really bad.
She will go down in history of the show. She is the first. She is the first fan club member in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Well, like and share, people. I'm going to say that right now. Right over there where Lisa is, up in the upper corner, you see it. Like and share. Please do that.
Yeah.
Especially like it. We want to see who you are, see who's chatting and who's watching and stuff. My buddy Ben Alvarado is watching. He could use some help with dating and hanging out with people. And Steve Day, one of our big fans, says hello to Lisa and Lee and Billy. Thank you, Steve.
What's up,
Steve?
Steve,
buddy. Appreciate you, bro.
It's always good to see you.
Yeah. All right. So, Lisa, go for it. Kick it off for us. Talk to us about men.
Okay.
And
so
all that.
So I got a little bit of a story I'm going to tell. And I'm not good at stories, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So I have this client yesterday, and he's like, "I really need your help." I went on a date with this girl, and we didn't get intimate or anything, whatever. And so so we ended up going on a second date. I invited her to my house to watch a movie, and once again we failed to get intimate, right? And he said I wasn't too worried about it because sometimes it takes a few dates to get intimate with somebody. And he said and then she sends me this email saying that she thinks of me like a brother and nothing more. And he's like, "What?" And he says, "Why?" He says, "Why does she do this?" Okay. And I said, "Okay, so your goal was to try to get laid. Okay. You told me you failed on the first date. You failed on the second date. You figured it was going to take a couple more dates to get what you wanted. So your goal was to get laid." And she picked up on that pretty quickly because women are, we pick up on that because we've dealt with that our whole lives. Every guy around us is trying to sleep with us. So, so she picked up on that and she bailed. So anyway, what I told him is that, I said, "Look, if you're just looking to go and have sex with somebody, I don't, that's not what I do in my practice. I'm not a pickup artist or anything like that. I deal with people that are looking for long-term relationships," which he says, "Well, I want a long-term relationship." And I said, "Well, why would you want a long-term relationship with somebody that's, going to sleep around on the first date? I mean, it doesn't seem like wife material to me, So by the way that he's acting and treating these women, he's actually getting rid of the women that he really could, because that lady was probably a really nice person, probably a really nice girl. But the thing was, he blew it by trying to rush things, and she figured, well, that's all he wants, so I'm out. I'm going to find somebody that wants a more serious relationship. And
so I'm going to have to go with her.
He was undermining his own efforts. Yeah.
I'm going to go with that because he went to the second date. If that was the second date, that was a home date. That's a 4 or 5 date. A second date to your house, okay, is a closed date. That's a closed date. That's, I've got you on my grounds, on my turf. I want you to come see my home, and I'm looking for this from you.
Right. There's an expectation date. Yeah.
Right. A pal date is not coming to my house. You come into my house because it's not so much about getting laid. It's about coming to the house for a more intimate type of setting. I don't pull that till at least the third or fourth date. And then on the third date, it's because I'm getting the second date heavy vibe. And on the fourth date, it's because I'm weeding you out from the $200 dinner to something else, and I'll make you something at home.
Right.
So my point was to him is that he was sabotaging himself, and he kept saying, I want to have this long-term relationship, but I'm like, you're sabotaging it, because the girls that are decent, you're just kicking them to the curb. You're pushing them away by giving them the impression that all you want is to sleep with them. So if they're not looking for that and they want,
hold on, but what part did he tell you? Here's my confusion. What part in that conversation, unless it's doctor-client privilege, which could be the case here?
Well, I'm not giving anybody's name, so that
I don't want
doesn't
names.
apply.
I don't want names, but what part did he tell you that I had this wild notion in the second date? I'm going to bring her to my house and try to get a result. Was that part of the discussion? Or
yeah, well, that's what he told me. He said, this is what he's telling me, after he did this,
right.
And what he doesn't, and he's coming to me because he wants a long-term relationship, marriage, kids, family.
Dude,
and
you can't go to the home ground on date 2. Date two is past the coffee and the appetizer and the nice meal, and maybe it's a concert date, something like that. The date 2 is not home.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it home? This is for both of you. Is it home though? Let's say I agree with what you're saying, Billy, totally. But what if we met through mutual friends and we're going to come back to my place to watch a game or something like that, the 4 of us? That's not like a home date, right?
No.
Okay.
Totally different.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter whether you're at home or you're in public or wherever you are. If you're putting the moves on this girl on the first or second date, you're telling her, I'm just trying to get laid. I'm not looking for a relationship.
Hold on again. Did he have that discussion with you that he was putting the moves on date number 2 in his house?
Yes. Yeah. He was putting them on the
friend zone. Friend zone.
Yeah, because she wanted long term, right? And so he gave her the impression that he just wanted a piece to get laid, and so
it's funny. I'm having this discussion with a few of my friends, female friends. It's funny that this is coming up because I have one female friend that's on this train of mind, and I have one female friend that's like, I'm going with the universe, and I'm going to do this, and if it occurs, it doesn't occur. But if they don't understand that I'm not having sex with them or that I don't want that right now, then that's not going to be for me. And I said, well, you need to find somewhere in that process where you're okay, Bill Clinton, with what sex is and what you're willing to do or not do. Because that guy is going to find something somewhere to have some type of response. I don't, without going into exaggerated detail, I think everybody here's got a good sense of imagination. There's going to have to be some type of leg rubbing or, winky waxing of some type along the line.
But see, the problem
was keep the guy interested. That's got nothing to do with long term.
Well, but he's given this girl the impression that that's all he's after. So of course she's going to lose interest. Why do you think she ran away? That's why she ran away.
I'll agree in this case. With this guy,
he sabotaged it.
Big dummy. I agree.
Yeah,
big dummy.
Yeah, he sabotaged
it. Now listen. On date
can I say something?
Yeah.
That absolutely, believe it or not, before my marriage, before meeting my wife, it's about the same time I met my wife. That happened to me. I mean, I wasn't looking necessarily. I was looking for long term, but I met this girl, and it got hot and heavy fast, and we got along great. It got hot and heavy fast, nothing totally all the way there, but good times. And then we had another get together and to meet her friends. And we all kind of hung out and played some pool and stuff like that. And afterwards.
Are you telling me on Lee Bailey's date 3, you met the group of friends? You were cooked
date
already.
2. On date 2. I know. I got cut immediately.
Out. You're freaking out.
Yeah. I did.
Dude, I totally turned that down. Hey, I'm getting together with the gaggle. All the hens are going to be together. Why don't you come check out the hen house with me?
Yeah,
I'm like, you must be out of your mind.
I was very innocent.
Out of your mind.
Yeah. So.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, but, my first date was almost a 5th date as far as the Billy Riley scale. And so that's why,
What?
Yeah, almost.
Hey, listen, that 5th date number, even your girl in Florida was on the same page. By the 5th time you're with somebody, I already told you in the first 2.5 minutes you meet somebody, you already know if you're physically compatible.
Sure.
You already know that, hey, thank you. It's not your picture from the prom. Appreciate that. Hey, everything's looking good. You don't have any reindeer horns on. There's no pets in the picture. You know, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this, that we're kind of on the same page, but I'm already vetting that way past that process.
Yeah.
I'm at the process on the third or fourth phone call. I'm like, send me a picture. Now, what are you doing right now? On the garden? Perfect. Send me a picture. Send me a picture of what you're doing right now. Yeah, don't go running and put the prom dress on. And I don't need you doing.
You'd get a dial tone for me because I don't like guys telling me what to do. So I'd be like, oh, you just tell me what to do. Oh, you just
now
like
we're into a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's like no. You can ask somebody. You can say, hey, you know, do you want a video chat or whatever? But if you're demanding, like, oh, send me a picture right now, no, you're getting the dial tone.
So you know what?
You're getting blocked.
Why do you take things a little more loosely? Okay, because that isn't the tone.
Because I don't have time.
But I'm not going to sit and chit chat with you when I know damn well you're. Listen, I'm a professional photographer reviewer. Okay, a professional photographer reviewer. I can look at it and say, and that was a fabulous picture of you and the girls down at the harbor 4 years ago. Fabulous. Exactly. I've been sending you guys reams of pictures of these things that I look at and crack up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm telling somebody what to do. You're already into numerous
discussions. No, I'm just saying, like, if I'm on the phone with a guy and he's like, oh, turn on the video, I'm like, no. You know, if he pushes it, I'm just going to hang up. Because when I say no, it means no to whatever I say.
So the pushy,
that's it.
Now the pushy is where this came from our good friend from round one. So I said to her after the 30th text and the 4th day, I said, hey, let's go to chat or let's go to anything to just blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, listen, if you need a pen pal, send me an address. I'll be glad to send you a note every couple of weeks and we can be pen pals. If not, let's start moving the process down the line.
Right.
I had a girl yesterday, fabulous lady, chit chat. Hey, by the way, I don't like the text. I really want to go to the phone. I said, have you been watching my show? Must have. Fabulous. Tell me when you want to chat. I'm all in.
There you go. That's exactly right.
But I mean, I have really fabulous people in my life right now. I've got goals. I got a life coach that's hammered away at me in a process that's really taken home. Yeah, I mean, she's amazing, and it's been humbling almost of where am I actually, or where am I at, or what am I going to be doing to get to this next place? Because I have found out that I'm a 2-year, 3-year dater, but not a closed dater, not a, and I pick women like that. So to answer this other guy's question, if I'm on a first or second date, it walks out to the car, dude, and I'm in a freaking love lock, and I know that this is probably going to be an inevitability, then on the third, fourth date, I'm looking for some kind of close. It's gone past judging. Because I don't agree with Lisa that you can't meet somebody that's going to be really long term and not bend them over the hood on the 4th date.
Well, it hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out for him. That's why he's calling me. He wouldn't be my client if his system was working. He disagreed too. I said, well, how's it working out for you? Keep doing what you're doing and you're going to get the same result.
Well,
the reason he called me is because that system that he had going isn't working. And so my job is to fix that.
What I have found out about that part of the system now is that I got to be at a different place before I can even think that that's going to be a reality for me. I've got to be at a whole, like I'm approaching some different interviews for clients. I'm approaching how I'm doing this show. I'm approaching different things about how that's going to look for me at a point where I'm particularly ready for it. Not because closing ass isn't difficult for anybody, male or female. Maybe some guys.
That's not what my clients want. My clients want to get married. They want lifelong partners.
So
they can't find them.
I would rather take a bullet to the head than walk down an aisle again. But I could see down the road at some point, matriculating into something. I met a woman 3.5 years ago who was everything. Fabulous. Fabulous. Across the board.
Right.
Like everything. Listen, I've dated actresses and country stars, and I've had a good run. I got no complaints. I didn't leave anything on the table. I'm very proud of my journey. I had a beautiful wife. We had, an ill child that caused us a lot of things.
Oh, you had two beautiful children. Forget the illness.
Kids. Right.
Two awesome boys.
We just had journeys like everybody else does.
Yeah.
But at the second phase of what you're doing, I mean, I've learned so much just about this last woman who was simply amazing. But she's fractured. She's broken, just like I was broken, just like everything is broken. So I think Lisa's in a very unique situation. She has her 23-year-olds calling her saying, hey, thinking about getting married. What are your thoughts?
Actually, I do.
Well, I mean, if you have those calling you, then there are all kinds of different expectations at that level. And there's all kinds of different risk and reward. And there's all kinds of different scenarios for that.
Right.
But if you're on to life number 2 or even 3, your positioning has got to be completely different from how you want it. So I'm going to tell you something. So if I meet somebody that's attractive to me, she's pushing all the bells and whistles right up the bat, think she's freaking smoking hot. She's a total smoke. I love that Sam Adams commercial. You're a total smoke show. This is my date, Sam, and you're full of smoke. Smoke show, right? I mean, I know that guy. I've been to many weddings with that dude. But the weddings, look at the ending of that thing's great. Right, Lizzie? Date went way too fast. Anyway.
So, Lisa.
I think that it needs to be you got to figure it out from the beginning, but you don't walk into date 2 or 3 saying, hey, what's it going to take to get the ring? I mean, where does that criteria start, Lisa?
Well, that's a good question. I was going to just I'm going to piggyback that, Lisa, if you don't mind, and kick it to you. But I think what I'm getting out of what I hear you saying, Billy. No, what I'm seeing from Billy is, there is a difference between 23-year-olds looking for dating and looking for somebody for the rest of their lives. They want to marry somebody. And then there's the 40-year-old guys, the 45, 50-year-old guys who maybe been through a long-term relationship. And now they just want to meet and date somebody. They're not looking for that long-term. Maybe they're not looking for no expectations. If it lasts 2-3 years. Yeah, Billy.
I'm totally flabbergasted that there's a 23-year-old calling a professional date matcher saying, hey, I'm ready to get married. Dude, why did you see out tossing it around for a while?
I helped him get married. He's married now.
He's married. So he found the right person.
And his wife is pregnant.
Have him check in with me in 20.
They're happy and the family's happy. And,
I'm happy for them too. I think it's great that occurred. Where did he find her?
He found her online.
He found her because of Lisa.
He found her. So where did you send a 23-year-old to go meet his future bride? Better be probably
Match.com.
Okay. Dude, I don't think I've seen one 23-year-old on Match.com. Is there a pubescent 23-year-old
when it started?
Is there
he's a really, really nice guy. Very nice, very mature for his age, had a good job, and
Listen, I think Lisa can help you with whatever you want, love-wise, relationship-wise.
I agree.
It doesn't matter what age you are. I wouldn't say 16-year-olds calling her up, asking her about can she set you up with another 16-year-old. I don't know. Maybe you can, Lisa.
Well,
but it's a good time to get hold of those guys.
In the state of Virginia, why don't we go with 17, Lee, and keep you out of jail?
Right.
So my client base are the people that have been in the dating cycle for however many years, and they've been single and they're going through relationships and they're tired of it and they want off the hamster wheel. They want to settle down with one person.
Is that
because
is that
what it's like?
The hamster wheel?
That's a technical
term. Is it not? Is it not? Isn't that what it is?
I use a couple of terms. Yeah, it's a carnival. It's the tilt-a-whirl. It's a carnival ride. Once you're in dating and you're in whatever it is you're in, if it's just sexual, if it's
hard to get out of it. It's hard to get out of it.
It's the roller coaster. Then you're on the roller coaster to the left, to the right, up, down.
My clients want off the roller coaster. They want to be where Lee's at. They want to have a wife to go home to every night. They want off the roller coaster. That's why they come to me. And I get them off the roller coaster.
We're in dangerous grounds here, Mr. Bailey. I'm gonna step aside with that one a second too. It's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. I have a very good friend of mine, and I'll mention him by name. I'll use his initials. His name is RL, and he's a fraternity brother of mine. And he has got a beautiful wife that he met in college and a beautiful family. And he's living the dream. Like, I feel like I'm watching my grandfather's life, like, pan out across the screen every time I see it. That will not ever be the life for me. It won't ever be the life for me. Lisa Marie, it will never be the life for you. You know that. We had our shot at the bite, at the apple. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen on your terms and my terms. So it's easy for you as a professional to dictate what it would have been had that happened for you.
So what, you're saying that I'm never going to get married?
No, I didn't say that part. It just won't be for you. It's going to have to be like such the right, perfect guy who can handle a powerful woman, who can handle somebody that's on the know, or can handle all of these different things. Look at
Michael,
Costco.
He's so funny.
That's right.
Mike Costco. Billy Riley spoken like a true bartender.
It will never be. Mike Costco knows. It's
good to see you, Michael.
The lifestyle that I chose for all those years fit perfectly for the scenario I was in. When I was ready at 40 years old to get married and be a part of that and to start a family, I chose the right woman. Friend of mine, beautiful woman, gorgeous person still. She's fabulous in every way. We just weren't skilled in a couple other things that came down the line, and I reverted back to my sanctity of the things that kept me stable with that. Unfortunately, moving forward with these things, you find a place and you got to be willing to adapt and make changes. So if you want me to answer that question for you, Lisa Marie, it's going to be difficult for you to find that right, perfect dude that's going to be totally okay with this daily power person that is.
Billy thinks it's going to be hard for me to get married. Shall I bring the box of engagement rings out now?
No, hold on. No, I think, hold on. What Billy's saying, Lisa, is I think it's going to be hard. Any guy who's single would love to marry a hot, beautiful model. Okay.
I would not listen. I love her. I think she's an established human being that's walked the planet. I've learned so much from her. It's been a power. Yeah. I mean, I'm not, there's no bullshit with me.
Yeah. She's getting ready to slam me.
I am not going to slam you, but I'm going to tell you what. Don't think I
don't be rude and crass.
I'm going to be pushy and crass.
Pushy and crass.
Pushy crass. I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
I think that if I was going to date you, my game would have to be completely different. I would have to be submissive. I would have to be okay with 20 guys making play, do all kinds of different things. And I'm not a jealous person, but I would love to be seen with you and fall in love with you and do but I need somebody that adores me the same way. I want somebody that just thinks.
You think I like submissive guys? I don't like submissive guys. I think you need a guy respectful.
I think there's a huge difference.
Huge difference. I'm not looking
the first
for
guy that tells you, hey, get in the car, we're going to the beach. This is our weekend to go do this. You're gonna say, I got 9 things going on, pal. Not in it.
But your relationship isn't, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell anybody else,
But you can't
I'm not going to tell people what to do.
For some guys it is.
You can't look at it that way either.
Try telling me what to do. See what happens.
Yeah, exactly. For some guys, it is.
Ask my ex-husband how all that works.
At some point in every relationship, it comes to that. At some point in every relationship, doesn't matter whether
that's the end point
or this point. You just got to find the right way to ask or the right way to make it go. I mean, I'm pretty direct. I mean, hey, listen, I don't want to text you anymore. Okay? And listen, I don't believe your 7 pictures. And stop sending me the one with the dog and the cat eyes. Okay, I want to see a picture of you, natural habitat right now. Can you do it? Can you do it?
That's why I love FaceTime.
Here's me. What's up?
Yeah, and you know what I say to the ladies? You can't look any worse than that.
Yeah. So, I mean, my thing is, people will say, hey, let's video chat. And I'll say no. If you can't take no for an answer for video chat, you're definitely not getting a date with me.
Why are you saying no? Why are you saying no to a video chat?
For whatever reason.
What are you afraid of with a video chat? Just because you can? Is
No,
that your
it's-
juice? That is exactly your
It's not
juice.
that I'm afraid.
No, listen.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. You know what? Here's the thing, Billy. I think
It's what I'm comfortable with.
I think I see what Lisa's saying, and it makes sense. Billy, if a guy, she wants a guy to enjoy and continue to talk to her without seeing her, because, as you well know, brother, if they see her, they're going to go, ooh.
They've
Let's
already
start
seen her. How do you think they
charm.
found her?
Yeah,
How do you
that's
think
true.
they found her? Dude, she
Well,
could be on,
but-
she
In
could
that
be
case,
on
you say
30
goodbye.
different sites. That's right. They,
But,
they've already seen the package. The intimidation factor is there already. So what she's saying is, hey, I've enjoyed, listen, if she's met me already, let's just say it goes really great and it's fabulous and we laugh and I hit all the right buttons and we do all that. And then it gets to the second date and it, COVID might be exploded again or whatever. And I say, I really enjoyed speaking with you. I don't want to chit chat on the phone, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. Can we video chat? Or can we Google Hangouts? Or can we WhatsApp?
And then what would you say
That's
if I
true.
said no?
Well, why? I would say, did you not enjoy my conversation with me directly?
No,
Because
of
I'm
course
not.
I did.
I don't
But-
enjoy text.
But
Hold on.
what
Don't
if I
butt.
say
Don't
no?
But don't butt. You get to say
And I'll
no.
tell you what I would
Hold
say.
on. Hold
boys
on.
and
You know
girls.
what? Let
Go
me
ahead.
tune into
What
my
would you
favorite
say,
song.
Lee?
I am woman. Hear me roar. In numbers too big
I-
to ignore. Hey, listen. If I wanted to date Helen Reddy, I'd let her know that.
If I said to Lisa, "Hey, let's video chat. Let's go to video. Let's use our cameras," and she says, "No,"
No,
And
it
I
would
would
be, but
say-
it would be no.
What
like,
would you
hey,
say, Lee?
I'm uncomfortable with that right now. I
okay,
just
so
don't-
let's say
I'm not
she
in a
said
good
that.
place.
Let's
I
say she
haven't.
said
I
that.
haven't had my 45 minutes of getting Lisa Marie on. I'm just
Well,
Lisa right now.
that's a
laying
different
out
story
that.
altogether.
Yeah, like it matters.
Well,
like
it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Not
Like
with
she,
Lisa.
she thinks it matters. I mean, she could be.
Here's what I would say.
She could be straight out of the dryer and be freaking hot as smoking balls.
Here's what I would say. I am a person who loves communication, and 98% of communication is nonverbal. So I can't really
Oh, my
communicate
God.
with you without seeing you.
Oh my God.
It's the truth.
Dude, you're running the 1950s playbook again.
It's total truth.
Oh my
That
God. Does
90,
that work for
you know what?
Did that and the Red Carnations
Communication,
work for
ask
you?
any
Over the
FBI
shrimp ball?
agent.
Did the Red Carnations and the shrimp balls, did that line work for you that first night?
Lisa, so I say that to you. What do you say? I'm still not comfortable. I understand. Okay. So we
Yeah,
work,
I mean,
we talk.
The thing that every man needs to understand, when a woman says no, she means no. Whether it's for a video call, whether it's
Oh,
for sex,
come on.
whether it's for whatever. If you ask a woman for a
No
kiss and
means
she
no.
says no,
Sure.
that doesn't mean
So-
argue with me and try to convince me.
So
Dude,
I
change
didn't
my
say,
mind.
I didn't say either that. I didn't say any
Right.
of that. And I
No.
also didn't say
So
something else.
Lisa,
Here's my
you heard
thing.
what I said, right? So my
Right.
question to you again, did that sound like I was arguing with you about coming on with me?
Sounds like
I
you're
was
trying to
letting you
convince
know
me to
why.
do something that I already told
That's
you I
true.
wasn't comfortable doing.
So let
If
me
I
ask
say
you
I'm
a
trying to
question.
not
let you know.
So
comfortable,
what? So you just had a great first date. You're wonderful. You love chit chat. He calls you at 11. You're good with it because you're up working from 11 to 3 anyway, and you're doing all kinds of stuff. And then he calls 3 or 4 days later. Hey, just looking to catch up with you. Do you want to FaceTime? No. So would it be just no, Helen?
just no.
Or would it be?
Hey,
I'm
look,
just not in a good
no,
We've
place.
already
no,
met.
no is wait. No is a complete sentence. It is a complete sentence. That's it. When I say
So my
no,
que-
that's a
wait a
complete
minute.
sentence.
Watch this. Out. You be gone.
Hey, that's
I
fine.
don't care how hot
She'd be
you
fine
are.
with that.
I know.
And she would
I'd be fine with that too.
Billy, let
That's
me
fine.
ask you,
That's fine.
are you talking about
Hey, listen, I
that
don't
you've
have any
already
time
been
for
on a
get- that's right.
face-to-face date?
Yes. You've already
Oh.
talked to them. You've already done. A guy can't go right to FaceTime and not have met you yet or not done things. You could during April and May because it was a rough time. I video dated a fabulous woman from Maryland for a couple months over video. We laughed. We had great days. She would FaceTime when she was on her walks or not at work or around her kids. Sorry.
There's
honey.
nothing wrong
And-
with video.
Right.
There's nothing
right.
wrong with video chatting. But if
Right.
somebody says they don't want to do
Because-
something,
No, but
don't
here's
try to
what she
convince
said.
them to do it.
Hey,
You
listen,
know,
don't go off on your no tangent either. Okay, I'm not going to let you do that. Okay, it's not about that. It's about, hey, I really enjoyed the conversation. Would you like to FaceTime? No. Yeah, okay. And that doesn't come with an answer? That doesn't come with a, no, I'm just not up for it today? Or no is just complete. But then I would say, I would go away from that third or fourth conversation and say, no, maybe
See, look what Steve has to say. He's never done it, you know? He's never done a video chat. So he wouldn't ask me to. And if he did, but you know what? Steve's awesome. If Steve says, hey, you want a video chat? And I said no, he wouldn't try to convince me to do something I wasn't comfortable doing.
I don't think anybody said anything about convincing. Lee said that about convincing. I didn't try to convince you.
And again, if she said no a second time, I know I should have listened to the first time, but I'm trying to explain why I want to video chat. It's not because another reason. I understand. I understand that.
You're already wrong. You got no.
So I hear what Lisa's saying. Lisa's saying no is done. We're done.
If I tell you I'm not comfortable, if I tell you I'm not comfortable doing something, don't try to convince me to continue to do it.
Now you're trying to explain yourself because you knew you were ridiculous. Hey, Lisa, I'd like to call you later. No, I don't feel comfortable. It's a whole nother thing, youngster. Okay? No, because I am not comfortable. That's an explanation. Oh, no problem. That's fine with me. No. Yeah, beat it. Out the window. That's
I get what Billy's saying. No, I get that. I mean, if I was to say to you, Lisa, let's video chat, and you said, no, I'm not comfortable right now doing that.
Total explanation.
No problem. I got nothing else to say about it.
Got it.
But if you just go,
could be doing anything. You could be
then I'm like, wow.
Tanning. You could be tanning on your back deck. You could have Mr. B Choice sitting in the other room. You could have all kinds of things going on to not want a video chat.
Right.
And there's a lot of reasons why guys ask for the photos and the video chats. Trust me, it's all part of the different options that are going on there.
Yeah.
But I think that I agree with her. I'm not going to disagree with the no. And if it's no, it means no.
Right.
I get that. But it doesn't have to be a hard no. It doesn't have to be a hard no.
I didn't say I was going to be mean. I just said, no.
Oh, you did.
Not going to do it.
But she also had.
Go to the video.
You got to have the expectation too, though, and it would be no problem with her. I'm guessing, Lisa, please chime in. But if Lisa said, no, I'm not comfortable, and the guy goes, all right, see ya, hangs up the phone, never calls her again.
I don't think that's occurring either.
One less message in my inbox tomorrow. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think all in all, it's a fair assumption to right off the bat. First of all, I'm going to already know whether you like video chatting or Google Hangouts, or most people do video chat or Google Hangouts, so they don't have to give you your phone number.
If a guy can't take no for an answer, why would I want to continue to have a conversation with him?
Right.
That's not. I don't. He can leave now. Don't waste any more of my time. Leave quickly.
Let's spread my loving arms across the land.
Well, here's one of the things that I would like to say. You've already met. You've already seen each other. You know what each other looks like. If the person doesn't want to do video, I understand what Billy's saying.
You will already know that.
That's correct. So I'm not even going to ask.
Not even going to ask. Takes me 45 minutes to get to the video chat level.
Hey, do you know how I know if she wants to video chat? I send her a FaceTime, and she says audio only. Right there, I know she doesn't want to.
Okay. That's a good point, Lee. The one day you video called me. I was laying out on my back deck getting some sun in my bathing suit, and I declined the call, and I called you back on your phone.
That's right. That's her story. She was laying on it, getting some sun on the deck.
She didn't want to, she didn't want me to start getting. She didn't want me to freak out or anything like that. Just kidding. No, yeah, you did, and I knew that meant you didn't want to. And I knew when I actually.
But I called you, and we talked.
You did. That's right.
But you two aren't looking.
And I didn't say.
That's a whole different dynamic.
Lisa, turn your camera on. I didn't do any of that. Called. I knew that you didn't want to do the video.
So this gets back. Hold on. This gets back to the original thing. We spent 15 minutes on FaceTiming. Okay, and listen, it gets back to the original part of the discussion. And I know we don't talk about the C word or dating during the C word. You're right. People are meeting. Trust me. I mean, it was, 80,000 people in Minnesota hanging out on a lake this past weekend. And there's people down in Woodbridge in your hood down there that are hanging out at bars and checking out live bands. Places will go unnamed. We all know who they are. And I respect them for that if that's what they want to do. Doesn't mean I have to go be part of it. But I love those guys and I want them to succeed.
Right.
But I'm right up front in the first couple of dates. I'm now even further up front in the first couple of messages. Hey, thank you so much for the like. I really appreciate your like today. It was nice to hear from you. I would love to chat. I use that word specifically, chat. I don't say, hey, let's text. Hey, let me put pen to paper, write you a note. Let's chat. Because guess what? I'm not going to be able to hear Helen Reddy's no unless I'm talking to her or I can see it in her face, not no on the text or no. I only go a little bit of that. And if you've got 300 plus people that are trying to get a tallywag with you or do anything, then, you've got to have some kind of response. That needs to be next week's thing because I'm starting to get people that don't respond really bother me. That really bothers me. And I'll be the first one. I shoot back. Hey, did I send you a nice message? Did you get a nice message from me? Did I say your profile was really cool? Hey, that's great. Hey, no thank you would be suffice. You freaking dummy. Big dummy. What do you think?
But as well as we've already talked about this, Billy. The fact is that the
Can't
women
get past it.
But the
I know
women
they get that site. Hey, guess what? They have 4 sites for that. Bumble. You don't even have to respond from the get-go. Plenty of fish. You can have no response. Your bird agrees too. Freaking bird. The bird, when the bird
He's
gets
my
pissed
timer.
off,
He's the timer.
the bird is the best. What kind of bird is that?
He's an umbrella cockatoo. You remember what was the old show with the bird Fred, the big white one with the big crest?
Yeah, Beretta.
Beretta, that's right. Yeah.
Beretta, that's right. Yeah. Is he white?
Yeah, he's white.
He's white? Okay.
Right.
Wow.
So, anyway.
Does he talk or just squawk?
He talks, yeah.
Dude, when he gets done with me,
I've got another one, yeah.
When he gets done with me.
He doesn't talk as much as Billy, but
when I get over there, he's going to be chatting it up. Tell Billy to be quiet. Squawk. Shut it up. You know what?
I got some good parent jokes.
All I need to hear that bird is go no one time, and I'll freak.
Hey, Lisa, I sent you a private message, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but I would love
your
to
nonsense.
A text message?
The private chat on the if you have
that. Stop your nonsense, inside gamer.
No, it's nothing about you at all.
I do. The answer to the question is no, I do not. So that's fine. Okay. You can do that if you want.
Just because he's commented and I wanted to bring him on.
Yeah,
if you were interested in
that. Yes, absolutely.
You get the benefit of that. I get slammed in the head with a sledgehammer 2 weeks ago from some freaking
not anymore, Billy. Not anymore. Okay, not anymore. So Tom Hawksworth, he says a couple days with me, she's making sandwiches. He's kidding, of course. He says she's hot, but she's actually pretty cool. So I don't know what that means exactly.
She's way cool.
But, yeah.
She's way cool.
Yeah. Ask my ex-husband about the sandwiches.
But guess what? There's a reason why he's an ex-husband. And you keep up with the no sandwiches, no this, no that.
I gotta jump out and jump back in.
Why is that? What happened?
I don't know. She had to go. Client. She gets to jump out and jump back in. Guess why? Because she's going to tell you no if you keep it up.
So, Billy, what are we looking at as far as women are concerned? What is it that women do that we say no to? Is there anything that a woman does that we say no to?
I think in this day and age, there's a lot more understanding that needs to be out there. So, in defense of my protagonist from week 1, I will go ahead and say, yeah, I was pushy. I don't have a whole lot of, I'm on the 2nd or 3rd day talking to you, and I want to chat with you. I want to see what it's like. I want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. I want to hear your intonation. I could tell with my friend from Maryland, she was fabulously engaging. And when she went to the video, we had long talks, and I could tell her expressions, and I could see different things and facial stuff. And by the time that we did have personal time together, it was fabulous because we had worked through all that through the dating scenario. So I don't want to come across on this godforsaken show that I'm demanding of things. But when you're in the first part of the dating cycle, there's things I'm going to need to see. And I'll work with whatever part of the programming it is. I mean, if it's Lisa Marie and I rolled the dice and went out on a limb at a freaking supermodel like that, which is probably not going to be the chance. But if I did, and I went,
yeah, that's probably okay, Lee.
And if I went out in that scenario, why would I expect I already have a criteria for her.
Yeah.
There's a giant criteria. And I've dated Hollywood models that have had 4 or 5 #1 movies. Fabulous weekends. But I knew the criteria.
Right.
So I think all in all,
I need to talk to you off air, Billy, about criteria with Hollywood models. I'd love to figure out what that criteria is.
Well, I'll tell you, I just got lucky in the
Just
process.
kidding.
I also had a great pimp in my bartending days named Michael O'Hara. He was the champion, the greatest owner in bar business ever. And that guy said, yes, Billy, I need you for this weekend. Yes, sir. I'm in the game. You didn't say no to the guy. And he was the #1 bar owner, legendary. He had the poster that said poverty sucks. I actually worked for that man. He was amazing. And I was introduced nationwide to many people.
Uh-oh.
So, where'd she go?
Well, she bounced out again.
I don't know. Maybe we said no wrong. Hope not.
No.
No, she's absolutely right, though. What a powerful woman she is. And she is, she is amazing to speak with and talk to. And people would be remiss if they didn't have her both try to be a friend, but hire her as a life coach. She's got great insight. It doesn't mean that I put up with good
insight.
It doesn't mean I put up with the nonsense, but I respect her. I mean,
we talked about that beforehand. She said, Lee, let's talk about this and this. Of course, Billy's going to hammer me, but let's talk about.
Well, I don't hammer her. No, because you know what? I have a healthy respect for her. And don't think that all things have been covered. All discussions have been covered over the last month. And they've been covered for many reasons. First of all, this is a very specific show for entertainment reasons. You're getting...
Steve Day.
Look at my guy. Steve Day's got no issues. The guy looks like a surfer dude.
Let me tell you what. I would make Steve a sandwich. If Steve asked me to make him a sandwich, I'd be on it. It'd be the best sandwich he ever had.
What is it? The long blonde hair and mustache? He looks like...
no, he's very polite. He's very respectful. Like the dude
at Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He does.
Dude, what's up, dude?
Hey, dude, I'm living. Livin.
Look, it's my skull. Dude, that's totally him. I mean, the guy's got no problems with women. Totally Spicoli. I mean, the guy's got no issues.
What was the movie? High Times or something like that?
That's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Or High Times.
I'm thinking of a different movie.
High Times.
The movie with what's his name?
Dude, we're not calling you a reefer head, bro.
All right. All right.
Dude, you had one of the most beautiful women on the planet.
Two different actors that he looks like, and they're both.
Steve is a hero tonight because he's got every guy in the universe now knowing that just because he's a nice guy, that he can get a sandwich made for him. Winning.
Yeah, I'll make him the best sandwich he's ever had. Because he's very nice. He's very respectful. He's just,
I'll bet.
Here's another one from Christopher Daniel. No means no. Right now it's a no, but maybe it's not a no next time around. Patience is critical for those focused on the long game of finding the one.
There you go. Thank you, Christopher. You've got it. He's got it down. He understands.
Sounds like one of your clients.
He's not one of my clients. See, Billy can't handle the truth. He can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. I can handle the truth. And you know what? I agree with what Christopher's saying. Yeah. I don't disagree.
I know you do.
But you know what? You don't have that.
See, now I'm making 2 sandwiches.
You don't have... Look, you're going to be making sandwiches for the whole block if you keep it up. I think all in all, that you need to have all of those discussions right up front. You know what? I love my friend in I think it's Gainesville. She's out that way. And she's a very successful woman. And she's
locked up. I'm coming
up.
Her screen's locking up. That's weird.
That's the Hood Bridge connection down there. So she's got Anyway,
Believe me.
I think all in all that meeting somebody right off the bat. I mean, you have to have that entertainment, excitement. All of those things have to factor all the time.
Yeah.
But you don't go onto your second or third date saying, dude, you're not getting any tail. You're not getting this. I'm not making you a sandwich. You're not getting that. And you're not doing this because then I'm out. Why would I even want to be a part of that? Dude, tell your bird.
Telling you to hush.
That's right.
That's a cockatoo, not me. I didn't say that, Billy.
He's like, no sandwiches for Billy. No sandwiches for Billy.
No sandwiches for Billy.
Oh, you. You know what? I've got a friend down in the Roanoke area. She's watching the show. You can say hi if you want, sweetheart, or not. She's a really awesome woman. She's been fabulous. She's one of my biggest cheerleaders, and I love her. And we have a lot of really fabulous conversations. She dated a friend of mine at some point, and she keeps revisiting that back and forth, knowing that it's bad for her. And she did, and it was bad. And now she's trying to. So it's been a mutual thing, kind of back and forth on support and the things that happen. But she will FaceTime off and go chat and do the things. I mean, I don't want to come across it no as a no. Of course it's a no. Right. But I mean, you gotta understand if that's part of your perimeter. All right. And you've if I cold busted Lisa by saying, hey, saw that picture in the 2013 guide. Hey, when you were doing the dentist hand shots and the beautiful art modeling work you were doing 5 years ago, you were something before the new technology. Thing. That's right. Okay, and you know what? I would just like to see at your convenience when we could have this kind of talk. If you don't want to come meet me,
right?
That would be the discussion. Not, hey, get your butt on the camera. I'm out. I mean, listen, I'm not that guy, as far as you know.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Lisa.
If the girl calls back, though, the other girl calls back, I'm totally that guy.
Right. So, Lisa, let me ask you this question, okay? So, how does a guy go about getting you to say yes to a FaceTime?
I don't like FaceTime, so I'm just not going to do it.
There you go.
There you
See?
go. And that's the answer.
Hey, Lisa, do you want some champagne? No. I don't want champagne.
It's like if I say I don't like green peppers, I don't like green peppers.
Right, but
some people love them. I don't. So
what part of the date is that? Like, is that the fourth date where you go over the menu? What's good and what's not good?
I'm just saying everybody likes what they like, and I don't like doing FaceTime.
That's right.
And I don't like green peppers.
FaceTime. FaceTime or any form. FaceTime or any form of communication is a first or second date discussion over.
I had a bad incident with green peppers one time. So.
Oh, really? No, I don't.
Now I want to hear that story.
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
It's an off-air. My sister doesn't eat green peppers because it makes her burp. And
I just had a bad incident with it.
Down. You got to cook them down.
I know.
Yeah, they also don't digest well, so I'm sure it was a second helping. Knowing you little party queen, you were fucking chunking those things up. You were chunking those things up on a Lamborghini at some point.
Shut up.
Not too far.
Lisa.
Not too far from the truth.
Thank you very much. Hey,
I want to ask our people who are watching, and there are several people: Jason Scott Watson, Tom Hawksworth. I've got a couple people asking to ask Lisa questions, and I say to them, you ask the questions, absolutely. We'll ask her the questions too, but send us some questions over there in the comments.
Yeah, well,
we'll pose them to her.
We're about to launch that on the Facebook page, Lee. It's taken us a little bit of time to get up and running. We're going to have a whole questions and answer section where you can ask what you want to ask, and we'll address them on the show. At some point, we're going to be, maybe bring a person here and there in on the show. I got a guy, Lisa, you're going to just love. His name is Mike Kreitz. Now, that name won't mean anything to you, but more legendary, the sperm whale from 80s, 90s, and 2000s. The guy's a legend.
I'm not even going to ask.
The guy's a legend. He was just marketing central, one of the only bars in the nation that got Ted Danson to come from Cheers when Cheers was hot. Just that guy, taught me almost everything I know when it comes to bar marketing. This guy was having trouble dating in the 80s, late 80s. So he went on the Montel Williams show, and the horror that I still have from watching my guy get flambasted. Dude, he got cooked to legendary status. I mean, a woman stood up in the audience and, look at you fat motherfucker. I mean, I don't know how the guy that got up and still walked off stage, but he's going to come and talk about that experience, and we're going to link to the Montel show. It's hysterical. You will love it, Lisa. You will love it. You got to remember, this is 30 years ago. The guy went on.
Told me, I would have brought it up.
Oh my God! And he posts his page is Hey Bartender. And we are able to post our shows, and that's where all the bar people, Costco, found us. That's right. The bird loves it. See, the bird loves
it. So, Lisa, what is it that men need to be wary about? We've talked about men and how men need to act and do their thing and accept no means no and all that kind of stuff. Tell me on the flip side. Give me the flip side for that, for women. What is it that women need to understand about men in that situation, in the dating situation?
You're gonna know. See, look at this. This is what I deal with. So you're gonna know. I mean, if a guy's trying to get in your pants the first time you're out with him, he's not marriage material. He's just not.
No, yeah.
Move on. Yeah.
So what do guys need to be wary of with women? So Lisa, I want to know, what do guys need to be wary of with women? What are some of the female tactics that guys need to be aware of?
Women are very, very sneaky. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, they're very wise to the game. They know what you want, and they know how to get whatever they want by using that. So they'll throw out the bait. Wait. They'll throw out the bait.
Wait a minute.
They'll give you what you want, but you're going to pay for it later. You see what I'm saying? So don't take the bait. If somebody's throwing a bait on you, trust me, you just swim on by that hook, because women these days are very savvy. They're very smart. They know what you're after. And if you take the bait, don't call me crying when, there was a hook in it. Because that's what's going to happen.
But I am an admitted master baiter, so I'm going to
debater.
Oh, why do I even? I can't even.
I am gonna agree with her to know that in the first in the first 2 or 3 minutes you're gonna meet somebody fabulous, and you already know whether you're physically attracted or not attracted, man or woman. You're already gonna know. Wow, okay, this would be the game for me.
Well, here's the problem.
I might have to do it.
Here's the problem, Billy. There's a lot of guys who don't know, and that's what Lisa's for. They don't know when they have that first date what they're looking at, what they're seeing, what that woman's doing and thinking. That's what Lisa's for. She's there to help us naive nutnuts.
A lot of women have ulterior motives. I'm not sitting here bashing men and talking about how bad men are, because women are just as bad, if not worse. And a lot of them have ulterior motives. So they'll throw the bait out. They'll give you what you want, but you're going to regret it later, because women are very savvy and they're spiteful. So, you better be careful. Be careful. Don't take the hook.
I speak bird, and I've been learning a little bit since I've learned Lisa's bird. You know what he's saying? That's my mom. That's my mom. That's my mother.
It's actually, they do this when the sun starts to go down in the evening. It's like they call to their flock to make sure everybody's back at roost before dark, because they can't see in the dark.
But does anybody call him back?
No.
Well, I do. I'm like, it's time to go to bed, honey. I take him a cookie and I kiss him goodnight, and he goes to sleep.
Sounds like every guy you date. Bring him a cookie. A couple of guys are getting a sandwich, and I kiss them goodnight.
What kind of sandwiches are you gonna be making, Lisa?
No, that was
I'm gonna bring Billy some asparagus or something.
Oh my God! I like.
Wait a minute.
I
then
like
his peel stink.
I like asparagus.
I do too. Only
love
one
it.
reason I like asparagus.
Well, I'll bring you
That's
some green peppers then.
I love green peppers too.
Green
You-
peppers.
Not the way
need
I
to-
make them. Not the way I make them.
I'll bet. You need to get into the squash and peas category for me and some cauliflower.
All right, last word. You know what, Lisa? I told you this before. We're
Okay.
here at the end of the program. Give us
I
a
got
love
you this
hack.
time.
Give us a love hack.
Be careful with other people's hearts. That's it. Just be careful
There
with
you
other
go.
people's hearts.
Sounds good.
Don't hurt people. Don't hurt people's feelings. Protect
Nice.
other people's hearts like you protect your own. And just be a good person.
Nice. Look at
All
you
right.
all nice and kind.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm not all
Thank you,
that. I'm not
Lisa.
all that mean after all.
That's right.
Stop.
All right, guys. Billy, thank you.
Love you
Lisa,
guys. Hey, you
Love
guys
you.
rock.
Bye,
Let's
guys.
Bye-bye.
tuned in. Want
Bye.
to say
I'll take
Chris-
that out.
Pat Malone, Mike Hertz, Clark Crawford, Jason Scott Watson,
I'll take them all out for you.
Steve Day,
Yes, ma'am.
and Ben Alvarado. Thank you. And
Thank you guys.
Be
You guys
good.
are the best.
Take care.
You
All
guys
right.
are all the best. I
Bye.
appreciate you guys very much. And show
Thanks
is
for watching.
really coming along.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, guys.